Guys, are you thinking about moving to Navarre and you want to check out some awesome beachfront properties, surprisingly affordable? We are going to go out here to Navarre Beach. We're going to check out this property and another one so you can get a good idea of what these things look like and what they cost. Without further ado, let's go check it out. All right, so as we get into this 1981 build, we can already see that it has some massive updates since its original design. You could already see from the outside, man, it looks pretty good in here. So we are gonna come back around, take a look at this in more detail. Let me show you the rest of the house. So first thing we see, we got new floors all throughout there. This is that luxury vinyl. Looks like hardwood, pretty cool. All right, we're gonna go immediately here to the left to bedroom number one. So decent size, this is a queen size bed, just so that you guys get a good idea of what size that we have in here. It's got the nice open windows to this vacant lot over here to the right with that white sand just a shining. And as far as the closets, it's your typical size space in here. So pretty wide, pretty good to go. There's this little place where I imagine you're gonna put your dresser. Let's just take a good peek at that so you get a good idea. But man, oh man. Looks pretty good. So this is the same floor all throughout the home that they have updated. Before we go and check out bed two, let's check out our upgrades for the bath. So you can see that they've upgraded the vanity here. They got this cool new type of vanity in here. And check this out, like it has all the different buttons to make the different type of lighting, how bright it needs to be. Heck, I don't even know what these wavy lines do. What is this? Well, evidently it just changes color for us, so that's cool. Guys, in the comments, if you know what that was supposed to be, please let me know. Let us know. All right, so we do have soft close throughout here. Really did good with the space. And then let's check out the shower. Now, obviously this isn't 1980s build. Looks like they did a nice custom shower job in here. All right, so that's all that tile. It's got the waterfall in there, the handheld, really nice. Now, I always get a little concerned in here. I don't know about you guys, but there's nothing here. And I know that I have certain family members that if they're over using the guest shower, that this entire area is just gonna get soaked. Even with the rainfall right there, like I figured it would. For those of us that have kids, you know exactly what I'm talking about. But either way, I love this design regardless. Just may need to brief the teenagers and rowdy adults if they're coming over. Okay, moving on in, we do have a nice little area here. So hallway closet and into bedroom number two. So this is a futon. I'm gonna save my futon jokes for later, just in case we see another one. This is the same size closet that we had before. All right, this one had some shelving in it. Okay. And outside we see that we have stairs up to another level. So we're already on level 2. We get to see level 3. Don't worry, we're gonna go check that out here shortly. But this is the equivalent of a queen size bed. And again, this is where you probably throw your dresser. I know how much you guys love closets, so we're gonna talk and show some more closets. Look at this one. It's definitely a hallway closet. All right, into the more interesting rooms. Also, where does this staircase go? It goes right down to under the home, which we'll go check out here shortly. But before we do, there's this cool little place here. And it took me a minute to figure out how to get into here, the design, but guess what? We have laundry here on the first floor. Well, technically the second floor. First living floor, how's that sound? You got your water heater, everything else in here. I love what they've done with this space to be able to put it here. Okay, we are gonna come back here to the living room, but I wanna show you downstairs first. I don't want you to miss out, guys. All right, so we see that the downstairs doesn't have any carpet, which is great. You also have some nice storage space under here as well. Let there be lights. Okay, and then outside is where we originally came in from. So you're gonna notice here that this entire place is elevated. Now, most of all the other homes that you're gonna see, even though across the street there, you see that they are enclosed and even right there, but there's no living quarters usually on the first floor. And it's because this area on the beach is on a floodplain. So with that being said, everything is gonna be built here on stilts, but you still have all the storage. You got a propane tank back there as well. Plenty of storage. I would just be a little leery. There's your lawn pump, by the way. You guys can see that there. I'd just be a little leery with these babies right here and backing your car in there. I'm not gonna say that maybe I went to a condo or one of these homes and maybe scraped the side of my vehicle and then $1,000 later in a new little touch-up paint job that I learned my lesson, but let's just assume that that happened. But yes, there is plenty of parking and everything out here. So it's pretty good. We got other people saying hello. All right, let's keep moving. Alrighty. And now we do have our living space in here. This is the main living room. You can see that they've done a ton of updates in here. They've done the accent wall. They were able to paint over, looks like what was probably a traditional brick slate fireplace. And they did a really good job staging this area, which is really awesome. Now, we did see the propane tank downstairs, so we also see that this is where it goes. They do have a gas fireplace in here with a big old TV. This is a huge TV, just to give you an update. All right. And then we got the big staircase up there. We are gonna head up there in a moment to see the master suite. But before we do, let's just continue moving on. So here's the updates that we also have. This is their formal dining and lots of light within here. Absolutely love this. And of course, the full deck outside. Let's move into the kitchen. So clearly they've done some updates. They've extended this part out here. This looks like a nice granite countertop that they put on here. Really kind of helps out with the color and match. They've done a really good job with the accents throughout here. They've really gone with the copper. And I really wanted to show you this. They got the, this is a complete copper sink that we have in here, the dual sink. I didn't know what it was when I first went in. I was like, is that wood? No, that's the full thing here. And they did the same, pretty close to the same colors up here for the lights over the peninsula type of counters that we do have out here. So it does have a full bar in this area. It's got 3 seats. You could comfortably probably put 4 of those seats in here. And realistically, this was more a galley kitchen when this was first put in here, when it was first designed in the early 80s. But with the extension out here that they were able to put with the wine fridge and everything else in here, it actually expands out the counter space. And there's actually enough stuff for all your things, like a little coffee bar and everything else that's supposed to go in here. But let's turn this back around so you can see it again. Stainless steel appliances. We do have the microwave sitting over on top. It's got a nice backsplash here. All this stuff has been upgraded, so it's the things that you're really concerned about. Now, in addition to, we also have our soft close doors as well, which is nice. It's interesting too, because they have those same soft close. Well, not here. but sometimes I do have them throughout the home and part of the other cabinets there. So some have been redone, some haven't, but those are things that you would check when you look at homes like this. So again, all this has been updated, looking really good. And here's the thing I always look at too. Like if I'm gonna be here, if this is my second home, even if this is my primary home, you know, most of the time we wanna be entertaining. This is kind of tucked off to the side here. So you still have an availability to be able to have a conversation with those in the other room. But if you're looking for something that's a teeny bit secluded where you can kind of hide for a little while, this isn't too bad either. So really nice open space that I'm sure that they turned from the original one for it to be able to get in here. All right, so let's go ahead and head up to the next second story here. All right, and just to give you an idea, here's what we're looking at here from the third story balcony. All right, now interestingly enough, we did see this room down here, little Narnia door that we're gonna go check out, but I'll come back to it. Let's go ahead and look into the master. Now this is the part that you're really going to enjoy. This is a huge room. This also has a king size bed in here with everything around. As far as the furniture, like you can see that this is a ton of space and everything fits in here pretty well. Really love whoever staged this as well. There's your master over there, but I also wanted to show you just the amount of light that you're going to be getting in from here. Now, key part over here is going to be this gorgeous view, and yes, you can see the Gulf from your balcony. That's where the money is. That's what people pay for. If you're going to be using short-term rentals, this is the thing you get to sell, is being right there and just not too far away from being able to get right there on the beach. But before we head out there, let's go ahead and take a look into the master. Now immediately you can take a look at that tile. Looks like porcelain tile throughout here, or at least custom tile. Now inside here is your walk-in. You also have a big old mirror in here. They put in some built-ins, huge space. I just want to show you this again because you do have the arc and everything else in here. And this little extra space too. Got a lot of these throughout. Now coming in, we have our dual vanities. Lots and lots of counter space. And yes, even the traditional area where you would put in makeup, little area here with the with a nice little chair. Yes, plenty of space for that. There's me, hi. All right, so they also put in a custom shower as well. We have the 2 shower heads right next to each other here. They've got 2 bench seats, and then of course a jet tub in here. Again, a lot of this is showcasing a lot of the natural light throughout here. Let's get a good view of this. Fantastic. All right. We'll go ahead and head outside so we can see. Oh, wait, nope. Gotta check out this other room first. So yes, I didn't think it was. I thought this was access here into the ceiling, but nope, this is the spare room. And I thought it was also not gonna be part of your square footage, but check out that. It's got a vent and everything else in here. This is part of the heated and cooled square footage. So this would be a cool room, you know, for kids, grandkids, what have you. Obviously, I'm bending down to be able to fit in here, just to give you some reference. Like, but this is a really cool space, a little extra room that you can really have fun with. right. Now here is where the big part is. This is where you really get to enjoy this space here. This is a huge balcony space that you have. This is up by the 3rd story, I guess. But as you can see, you have tons of space to go ahead and put some furniture out here. They've got some loungers, but the big thing here is what you're seeing here behind here. There's only a couple of homes. I don't foresee in this case that they're building anything additional here is going to take away from that view. But yes, you get that clean view. Well, we'll call it semi-clean view out there into the Gulf. So yes, every day you wake up, you can see it outside the window. You get to see the beautiful area that you actually get to live or at least go out part-time. And now if you can see this in the shot, that is one of the many public beach access points that you'd be able to go to. So it's a quick golf cart ride down or just a quick walk. And just to give you that shot again, that's another way to get up here. All right, so that's all that we have for our first one. Don't worry, I'm gonna get you the square footage. I'm gonna get you the actual price this is currently listed at so you get an idea of that. But before we do, I've got another one, even a little bit more affordable home for you to see here, right here on Navarre Beach. So let's go ahead and check that out. Let's go. All right, so we went to our second home. This is a little bit further down on Navarre Beach, but I'm super excited to show you this home. Now, this isn't right on the same track that we were seeing before, so close to the actual Gulf side. It's more towards the actual intercoastal waterway. But this property right here, this 2-story here, has some really interesting things that I'm excited to show you guys. Additionally, this is now almost about half of the square footage that we saw in the last home, but enough talking about it. Let's go see it. All right, so first thing we see, we've got a couple of garage doors here on the bottom. We'll go ahead and check that out here in a minute, but I know you want to get it inside first. So let's head up. First thing I noticed here, the other home had hardy board. This one has stucco throughout. So really just kind of depends on your preference here. Go ahead and head on up. We have this nice covered porch out front here on the 2nd floor. Tons of space, nice and shady. Actually feeling a bit of a breeze. Really nice. Additionally too, you can still call this waterfront. Why? Because we got a canal sitting in front of us. And yes, you can, through the trees in the homes, you can see the water right there. And there is a quick access for us to be able to get through into that. So let's continue into the home. All right. So let's go ahead and check out the living room first. First thing we walk into is a big open concept, which is pretty nice for this 2000 build. It is 1,256 square feet. Yep, if you're wondering what the delay in my voice was, I had to look on my cheat sheet because I didn't have that memorized. But in here, it kind of looks small, but I want to say that this is a pretty big size TV that we have here. Did a really good job dressing this up. There are indicators that homes like this, especially this one, is also being used as a short-term rental. And I'll show you exactly what those are here in a little bit. But they did a pretty good job. They have this, what looks like wood. This is tile. This is the tile that looks like wood. And with all that sand on here on the beach, yes, you want that. You don't want any carpet around here. If you do, it should probably be a mat. Or just a rug. Area rug works well, okay? All right, so we had a lot of natural light going in here. You can see they've done some nice upgrades. They have extended this out. This looks like a really nice quartz countertop that they put onto here. Really push this thing out. You're able to, as you can see under here, you have plenty of places to put bar stools, things like that. So this original galley kitchen, they've able to convert this into something a little bit better. So yes, you can comfortably put 2 people in here without them really bumping into each other too terribly bad. You have the nice stainless steel appliances here in the kitchen. Nice backsplash. You can see that they've done this all throughout. Coffee machine, totally get it. All right, these are just refurbished cabinets, but there's nothing wrong with that. We'll paint, put on some of that gold. Yep, and it finishes well. I always like to sit in here like we did it in the last one, kind of understand what it feels like when you're in the kitchen and entertaining, and this does open up. Despite what it may have looked like from that other angle, it opens up. We get the nice view from outside. This is actually really refreshing. I really love this view now that I'm standing here. I like it even more. All right, so we also have the stainless steel washer in here. You've got your older sink, but they did some pretty good job. Put the gold fixtures on here because apparently that's coming back and looking good. And of course, pretzels. All right. So moving out here, one of the things I always look for, because I get worried, especially if you're going to be staying here, you're a full-time resident here and you want to be part of it, or heck, even if this is your part-time home during the season, you want to make sure you got one of these. No, not a door, a pantry. All right. So without a pantry, it does feel like you're in a vacation home. But with this, even though this isn't that big, we have that area. Key essential for me. Let's keep going. All right, so as we are heading here towards the back, again, this is just a clean room. And remember that backsplash? Ooh, look, they used it into the tile. All right, so they did do some upgrades in here. That is the same type of rock that they've got on out there in the kitchen. And they've done this custom shower in here, all glass. We don't have to worry about splashing as much, but it's definitely as eco as you're gonna get. But don't worry, this is only one of the 2 baths that are in this home. Really cool though, I love it. Okay. All right, before we head into the master, a couple of things I wanna look at. Well, first of all, what's in here? What? Look at the size of these things. I didn't know that you could get something this big in this area. Yes, look at that. I don't know how they got those in there. I'm actually really, really impressed. But these are some big old washer and dryers. This is always great to have. Why? Because we don't want to go to a laundromat. Not when we're living the lifestyle, you know? Okay, bedroom 1 of 2. So you can see it's a bedroom. Although if you ask me, I think it's got the best view out of all these. We've got a decent sized closet in here. You do have some tray ceilings, so it makes it feel nice and big. These are those hurricane grade sliding glass doors. And look, you can see out the intercoastal waterway. What's that out here? It's a pool. Oh, I can't wait to get down there. All right, but we got to show the rest of the house first. We got some nice built-in here. This is actually really deep. I wasn't expecting to see that when I opened it. So if you were as surprised as I was, congrats, we're here doing this together. Okay, let's go into the master. This is a king size bed, just to give you the idea, just like in the last home, just so you get a good feel of what it's like. Now, it doesn't have the weird tray. It's got a nice little angled tray. So again, this ceiling looks pretty high. And there's lots and lots of space throughout here. You can see they did put an area rug down. I think it looks really nice. In here, not as deep as closet. I won't go too much into it since clearly somebody is living here. But let's check out the master. I think they did a great job with this as they transition into that tile. Look at what they did here. So it is still the gold. They had this consistent throughout. I think when it is done consistently and that it looks really well. They put in those custom cabinets too, because typically those aren't deep enough that you would just get traditional ones that you would just typically put in here. And then they do have a custom shower as well. Again, all glass through here. They got that nice little cutout in the back so you can put all your stuff in there. And guess what? Yes, I love this. They have the rain shower in here as well as the other one with a head. So you got 3 different shower heads in here. How cool is that? So you were wondering, do they use this for a vacation rental? I think they do. And the reason why is this right here, okay? And this is what we would consider our owner's closet because there's no door handle or anything else in here. I dropped my sheets if you guys saw that. But there's plenty of deep space in here to put your own stuff. So if you are going to be staying in this in the season that you want to, renting it out and the rest of the time, this is a perfect opportunity for you to do so. So if you're gonna be a part-time resident or full-time, you got the space, and it's pretty nice. Let's keep going. So let's head outside. This is what I was actually really excited to show you. Oh, and as it comes into focus, you know, I might like this side better than the other. I think I just made that distinction right now. Woohoo! All right. So not only do we get to look at the pretty houses across the street that have access and the boat launches and things like that, we also have like a nice large deck in here. You could put some loungers out here or whatever the heck you would like to, being elevated. Yes, I can feel the wind. It feels great. It's messing my hair up, which is perfect. And then check out the pool. What? All right, let's go down to it. I don't want to stand up here too long. Although as we go down there, you can check out the nice view of the Intercoastal Waterway. Yes, this is that place that you want to go out and you're going to launch kayaks and paddle boards and all that stuff. You want to go fishing. This is a lot calmer than the Gulf and definitely a way to do this. So down here we have all the pavers. We got a nice pool. This is it's like a liner pool. No worries there. Took a look. This looks like a saltwater as well. And here's the back of the house as we're down here. So remember that we had the garage down here, right? So I want to show you something pretty cool that they did back here. So yes, it's not a whole lot of square footage, but they turned this little area into a nice little lounge. Look at that. How cool is that? So they got this nice little bar area. They have these stumps down here that they use for stools as well. Got that old style refrigerator. And this is a nice lounge gaming area. So yes, because Florida sometimes like to rain outside, or maybe the kids are in the pool and you're just chilling. You don't want to be out there in the sun. What a great way to use this space. Now you'll see that they've got all these little extra vents here down here. Now they need that mainly because a lot of moisture and everything else comes in here. You won't typically see living space because everything here on Navarre Beach is going to be up on stilts, and it's mainly for insurance to make it, you know, affordable because it is in a flood zone, as you might imagine. So there are some different places, as you can see here. These are all storage spaces. They're not heated and cooled. I'll be honest, I tried to find the light switch for it to show you, but I couldn't find it. But it's okay. Like, you get the idea of what's going on out here. Really love this. So yes, we did see a 2-car garage. So there is actual garage over here. You can see that they've hooked up electrical down here, and it still functions really well. There's some Mardi Gras beads down there just in case. It really looks nice. All right, so as promised, I said that I was gonna go back and I was going to tell you all the different parts about the homes and everything else for the prices and square footage. So yes, we can go back to the first one. What was that one priced at? 1.1 million is where that one is listed for. Not bad for all the updates and pretty much a brand new house just with that old 81 structure. And I do have a caveat to you. That little space that I showed you for the kids is not included in the square footage, which is 1,960 for that square footage. 3-bedroom, 2-bath, built in, yes, you guessed it, 1981. The home that we are in right now was built in 2000. It is at 1,256 square feet. It is 2-bedroom, 2-bath, as we saw. And this one is listed at 825,000. So quite a bit of a disparity between the two. Obviously the square footage making a big difference here, but both have different features. This one's got the pool, the other one has the access out there and all that space that they could use under there for storage, even more than this one here. But of course, you come into Navarre Beach, you are certainly going to get all those people and family members that you haven't heard from a while coming and going to visit you. So if you need an excuse for the kids or grandkids to come by, this is a great place to come. Guys, don't go anywhere yet though. We have more and more videos here about Navarre, pros and cons, cost of living, everything else here. But I will tell you, if you are looking to move, get that second home, get an investment out here, please go ahead, give us a call, shoot us a text, whatever you need to do to get a hold of us. I'd love to have a conversation to see if this place or anywhere here on the Emerald Coast here in Northwest Florida is going to be right for you. So again, don't go anywhere. I got more and more videos. We got hundreds of those coming out. So please check them out here. Again, my name's Tim Whittemore here with the Whittemore Group, and we will see you in our next video. Take care.